What's going on, guys? I'm here with another 5-tip tutorial. I heard that the other 5-tip tutorials helped a lot of people out, so I'm here to make another one. This one's going to be for your performance and your frames and stuff like that, and everything you need to know to run your game smoother. We'll just start off with the first tip. The first tip is going to be in your F8 menu, so you'll just hit your F8. You'll come up here to overlay, and you're going to just hit your draw FPS. Then just hit your F8 again or your escape to hop out of your F8. In the top left, it'll show your FPS. You never want to be over 110 FPS. If you're shooting up over 110 FPS, you're going to probably start lagging. You usually want to stay around that. So, like, as long as you're under 100, you should be running just fine. Just test everything as you're looking at your FPS. Whip out your guns, do normal things, jump around, punch, just continuously do different things just to see if your FPS spikes at all, to just see what you can and can't do or what you need to refrain from doing to keep your game smooth. The second tip that you can do is you can go back to your F8. You can pull up your net graph. Now, I know this is a little confusing, but the only thing that you really need to look for is if your numbers are not staying near the same amount. If they're spiking crazy far away from each other, you don't want that. Then that means you're going to have too much stress. So like how mine's staying around like 1,000 to 2,000, 30 to 200. You don't want it going from like 1,000 to like 8,000. If you see like a big jump like that, then you probably have some issues going on. And a way to fix those things will be step number 3. Step number 3 will be tuning and changing your graphic settings. This is probably the biggest step, because this will help you run smoother. A lot of people don't like changing their settings because it'll make their game look a little bit more clunky if you have to lower your graphics. But would you rather run smoother with worse graphics, or would you rather want go with really excellent graphics but not be able to move or play? You know what I mean? So all you want to do for that is just hit your escape, go to your settings. You're going to look for graphics. You're going to go into graphics. And you don't want to change any of this stuff here. You don't ever want to change any of these things. It can cause a lot of issues. For me, and people that don't have like a 3060 graphics card or lower, this is the type of settings you want. This will help you run smoother. So you just want to put your population density, your verity, your scaling all the way down. This just causes less pressure on your PC and everything that you're looking at, because the higher this goes, the more it tries to render and the quicker it tries to render. The biggest one here, the extended texture budget, you don't want to turn it all the way up and you don't want to turn it all the way down. You want it to be like right around here, like a tick from the top. This helps process everything that's around you, like all the items, all the buildings, all the things like that. This one's super important. So somebody that has like a high level computer, they can adjust this to be low or high. It doesn't really matter. If you have a lower computer, this is like probably the best setup that you can do to keep your FPS high, or low I should say, and run smoother. You just want to up that and then change all your texture qualities to normal. After you adjust all of these things to normal, it's gonna make you restart your game, so it reruns the game and it'll be more efficient. If you have, say, like a 3060 or higher graphics card, you usually can run on high and be fine. Notice how like this bar went to yellow when I hit high. It kind of is also a way to tell if you can or cannot run something. So you usually want to stay like halfway in the green or even lower if you want to run really smooth. So you can run on normal on everything if your FPS is shooting too high. And you can change things to the softest on shadows, things like that. If this is on, I think, X32 or X64, you want to change it to X16 if your computer's not running too well. If you're curious of why, like, some cities you run on very high and it runs smooth, but in here it doesn't, it's because New York City map is its own MLO. It's not like the LA map where it's just from like a copy and paste from GTA 5. So that's why it causes a lot more stress and it's a lot harder to run. So these settings here should help you run at a stronger and faster pace and be able to like play without any lag or any problems at all. And if you're still having issues after resetting, putting your graphics low, things like that. You can come up here to display. You can even I know some people told me that this actually works. If you lower your brightness, it causes less stress. Like everything that you can do to adjust something, it does help bring the frame rates down. I don't know why, but it just does. So even adjusting your brightness, your safe zone size, all these things somehow have an effect. And then if for the last step, if you come down to the advanced graphics, you just want to have your extended distance scaling lowered, because the higher this goes, it tries to pull items out that are further away. So like it tries to load things that are way further. So to put it in easier terms, having it lower, you could probably only render things for maybe like 2 blocks ahead of you. As for if you have it all the way up, it's going to render like the whole city in front of you at once. That's why this causes a lot of pressure if you have this any higher. But I hope these tips helped you guys. If these 5 tips helped you, please let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions or need any help, also let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.